I talk like your local crackhead.
This is not how we start the show.
This
Every time I push play, this man.
Come on, youngin. I need $5. But guess what? I got this TV too.
We should
Always, every single time, never fails.
we should ask Jay if he want us to play his single in the background.
He can definitely get called in.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on, people?
What's happening?
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Willius.
It's your boy Sofa King.
Yeah, it's I guess you can just call me Mister. we just gonna leave it at that.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, welcome to Cause I Said So.
Yeah.
You got to throw the echo on
And
it.
if you wondering why you listening to this shit, it's pretty much cause I said so.
One day I'm gonna be able to get past that.
Maybe.
One day.
Probably.
Maybe.
Might be a senior citizen at that point.
God damn. I'm already a senior.
It's gonna be like Eddie and Morton in life.
At that baseball game, not knowing who winning. Don't even know who you cheering for. You just know you at the game.
Talking about you nasty motherfucker. We in here because of you nasty motherfucker. Thank you for tuning in. We took a 1 week off just to get ourselves together.
This nigga's lying. We took a week off to play Final Fantasy VII the remake.
Yeah.
Gonna say you're lying to the people.
Said you be honest. It was cause of the game. Don't you dare blame Rona.
Hey, we real niggas in here. We play video games. Fuck fat
EA
bitches.
Sports.
It's in the game.
It's in my pants.
I didn't play that game.
That nigga what?
That
EAD.
no.
It's in my.
No.
It's eat a dick.
Yeah. Hey, that sound like a logo to me. This is saying T-shirt alert. Hey,
Copyrighted by Creative Noise.
Creative Noise.
Yeah.
EAC. Eat a cooch.
Hey,
I don't eat no pussy over
it's
here.
good. It's good for your health.
Hey, did you know pussy tastes like mucus?
Okay, so
Well-
we're moving past that.
I guess, but yeah, I mean,
It's like a bitch holding a bunch of snot in her fucking pee box.
in her pee box, he chose pee box. Those are the words he decided to use.
Yeah.
They
this
they
is how
pee out. They pee out that box,
This
right?
is how we
This is
start.
what happens. I understand where your analogy came from. I get it.
This is how we starting this show.
Wait,
right?
so do females pee out a different hole?
Technically, yes. They have a urethra.
First of all,
brother man.
I'm not asking it. Listen, ask her.
Why do we have the same hole, dudes?
A urethra? Because we have to urinate. What?
So why is our sperm and pee or like our pee urinal urine?
Urethra? Or urine?
My nigga, I can't do math.
Or
I don't
urine?
know anatomy.
Or urine and semen comes out the same hole. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, why does it come out the same hole?
I'm pretty sure they have their own tubes. But they merge at one point.
I would say you know how the highway.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you know how
They have a merge point at the base.
you know how North Hills and 65 meet.
Hey, I had to think about that.
So that's how that happens.
Well, how did we get
Where
here?
where
Wait,
were you doing anatomy, my guy?
Nigga, I was high in anatomy.
I know. Did you hear that, bro? That picked all that.
Yo,
I apologize.
I want y'all to know.
Our viewers are gonna be like, these
Nobody
motherfuckers
wasn't here
is
playing
retarded.
with Velcro. That man.
I was scratching my beard.
The face.
Not his balls.
What? Nobody.
Dear Lord. But yeah. So we're gonna talk about the current situation of the corona.
Rona.
I mean, I'm lying like hell, but we're gonna talk about the what did we decide?
Like, what are the steps that probably people gonna take to probably
Make permanent.
Yeah, be more prepared for a situation like this.
Shit, I know hygiene is most definitely gonna be number one.
And I can tell y'all how I seen this shit coming.
Yeah.
I got a nice little theory.
I mean, why don't you just speak on it now?
Yeah, nigga. What you
Shit,
waiting for?
fucking First off, let's get the whole Obama called this shit out of the way. Motherfuckers, like, he said it 5 years ago. The nigga said the shit in 2014. It's 2020. I can't do
and
that.
it's not even like he called it. He
Just said it can happen.
Yeah, like people have been saying a pandemic. Scientists have been saying. He was just saying what scientists have been telling him, because it's his job to relay that message.
That's a fact.
It's possible. It's not a fact of if. It's when it's going to happen.
Yeah,
because that's just the nature of existence.
That and the advancement of everything, like technology, how we're doing things, like we'll say like how the oil field, we're digging further in the earth, so obviously there's gonna be further creatures in the earth.
What?
But like when it comes
amoebas
to
or whatever you want to call it, like cells and shit like that.
Like when it comes to sicknesses, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, could we have been more? Let's say the government, because I guess that's what we're talking about right now. The government, because at the end of the day, it's the individual's responsibility to be prepared for shit like this.
Talking about Big Brother.
My thing is, like, how do people not think that animals evolve, humans evolve? What else can evolve? Like, just mental, whatever evolves. How do we not think that, like, viruses, sicknesses evolve?
It's not that we don't think it. We know they fucking evolve. That's why there's a new flu shot every year, because the flu you got a shot for last year done fucking transformed into a super fucking flu.
My nigga, I heard they said that it's going to get to a point where flu is going to be uncurable. And they said now, like,
the flu is not curable now.
That's what I was about to say. Like they say flu is, like, once you get the flu, it's in your system, but it's just dormant.
Yeah, that's how the flu is. That's why once you get it, your body deals with it. That's all the fucking vaccination is. They're literally giving you that flu so your body can build its own immunity. That's what a vaccination is. They literally give you the flu with a whole bunch of other extra shit, and I guess they're supposed to help, but they give you the flu. That's what a vaccination is at the beginning and end of the day.
I heard from not a scientist, a doctor itself. He said there's, like, when there's a group of people with the vaccine, and then they have kids off of that, they call I can't remember the name he used. He says that group of kids have the immunity to them, so they call them a pack. I can't remember what he said. He said he says certain people get immune to shit. And I forgot the name that he put on, and it's like, that's what scientists look for. Like, how are these people immune to, this sickness? I can't remember. Once I find a name, it'll sound so much smarter than how I'm putting it.
No, but I get what you're saying. But, yeah, when shit like that, it is what it is. Like, medicine can be helpful for shit. That's obvious. Yeah, I mean, there's people that's 100% against all medicines. There's people that won't live, that anytime they get anything, they go straight to the medicine cabinet. So there's extremes to everything in life. Nothing's excluded when it comes to extremes. Either you're extremely for or extremely against, but 80% of the people are in the fucking middle.
I think that's why some doctor was like, if you're not breathing funny, don't come into the ER.
Yeah. Because
you're going to end up contracting the COVID.
Yeah.
And then now you are going to be dying. So it's like, if you don't have the severe symptom, don't come in.
Yeah. And that's the question I was having, like, all these people who were, but I guess in other countries they're testing everybody.
Yeah. They're
not just waiting for people to come in with symptoms. They're just testing every fucking body so they know what the fuck's going on. That's not happening here. So
no.
They're pretty much waiting for people to, if you come in fucked up, I guess we'll take it from here. But if you're not, and that's what I'm wondering, like, a lot of people who are, well, celebrities to be specific, who are going public about testing positive but have no symptoms. Who the fuck tested you, and why the fuck did you go get tested?
Facts.
Like I'm not sure what's going on where they're at. If they're just testing everybody in their area, or they just decided to go in. Because I know a lot of places around here you can't just go in and ask to be tested. They're not going to give you a test.
And that's why Idris and Cardi B was going back and forth, because she was like, "What was the point of you getting tested if you didn't have symptoms?" That's when he came out and said he tested positive, and she was like, "Well, if you didn't have symptoms, why did you even go get checked?"
Yeah.
I'm a believer in that. Like, why get checked if you don't have any symptoms? Now, I do believe if as a business, if you're going to open back up, people should have some type of report saying that they've been tested.
But there's also 2 different strands. I think it's like an L type and an S type.
I don't know. I didn't look into it. I just know people getting sick.
I looked somewhat into it, and they said like the L type is the severe, and it
like you taking L's.
You gonna take more than L. You gonna take a dirt nap, but from what the doctor was saying, he was like, some people can't combat it, so you need to get tested.
Yeah, that's my thing. But I know that in a lot. My thing was in a lot of areas because testing, I guess the specific testing they was doing, it's not just like they take blood, or I don't fucking know what they're doing, but they were saying there was a shortage of tests. So apparently they need something specific to do the testing.
It's something like they stick some shit in the back of your fucking nose.
Yeah, so with the shortage of tests, that's why you can't just walk in with no symptoms and go, I want to be tested. Because they're going to be like, fuck out.
But I mean, you gotta think they got money, they got personal doctors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their situation might be different than the average Joe, but my thing is, I don't. It starts to feel like more of a.
This nigga gave you a death.
Sneezing's not a symptom.
I know.
So. But it starts to feel more like a scare tactic than actually informing people.
Yeah. I believe it's most definitely a control thing. I think the less people know, the more you can control them on what to do and what not to do during this time of quarantine.
Yeah.
I just think there's not a lot of people who's really taking the shit serious.
There's that, but and I had my thoughts on it was I had my question, which we'll probably pose to the people once we have an audience, but yeah, I mean, feel free to jump in these comments afterwards. But my question was, is it really the government's responsibility to keep us safe? You know what I mean?
Like, is it their job?
Like at what point are we responsible for ourselves?
You're responsible for yourself 100%.
Like, but my thing is it even their job to quarantine us? Or is it just their job to inform us of the situation and go, yeah, I mean.
I think it's their job to care about the nation's security.
Yeah. I get that.
I think it's more so when it comes to for the type of severity, how severe this is, and the rate that people are dying from it. I think it's their job as a government to give a fuck about its people.
Yeah, and I get all that, but I can't really explain how the fuck I'm thinking.
But how I'm looking at it overall, the overall picture of it, you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
For instance, if you're an essential employee.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who they're going to work. Mm-hmm. They're outside every day. They're going to work. Everybody has to go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why I don't understand the 6 foot rule. You want people to do the 6 foot rule only out in public eye, but when you at work, the 6 foot rule can't apply if I have to work with someone. Mm-hmm. If I have to work with someone, I have to work right next to you. I have to hand you things within arm's length. My arms aren't 6 feet apart. Like it's not.
I look at it as in
you just gotta put the brick down and walk away, and then he come pick the brick up.
like not in a funny way. It's like you being crop dusted. Like if somebody was to cough and then you walk in that area, it's like you You want the sickness.
And that's my thing. That's why I try to be careful about what I say, because I don't want to give off the impression that the people shouldn't take it seriously.
Yeah. Can I get an echo real quick? Fuck them people.
I shouldn't have given him an echo.
Shouldn't have.
But like, I don't want to give off the impression that people shouldn't take it seriously. But I just don't know where the balance is. You know what I mean?
I think the government's more like a father who is a parent. Like, we know you fucking up, but at the same time, we'll step in whenever the shit getting to the point of like, hey, yo, you fucking up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, even at the beginning, a lot of people were terrified, not of the sickness. People were more scared of implementation of martial law than they were of the actual disease.
I think unintelligent people were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But more people were concerned about martial law than they were concerned about the actual disease.
Yeah. The problem I have with people thinking that that there's going to be a new world order or even martial law. My problem is, what does the rich gain from enslaving people? Because at the end of the day, because this isn't, it ain't like you're trying to enslave a race or a certain kind of people to do your bidding. The problem that's gonna come with that, you got too many people out here that you think give a fuck about your rules when you trying to tell me you're not allowed outside. Because there's a difference between suggesting and telling.
Yeah, but that's my thing when it comes to certain situations. It's like
laws are broken when they're enforced.
That's a fact. It's called the black community.
Because remember, a lock is only meant to keep a good man out.
Ooh, shit. That's a fact.
Gun control doesn't affect the people that don't give a fuck about the gun control.
Oh yeah,
bad guys gonna carry a gun. It don't matter.
Oh, that's happening.
It don't matter what they say.
Oh yeah, that's happening. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the gun control shit, I guess it has a point, but to the motherfuckers who's using the guns illegally, they not going to, fucking Dick's Sporting Goods.
They're not.
Talking about
they might be going to a Dick, but his name is Richard.
They might be in the alley behind Dick's Sporting Goods.
You know what I'm saying, though? But
they're not going legal routes to get these guns in the first place. So all these extra laws, they might prevent somebody who is more stable, who might jump off the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
It helps. I guess it helps in that regard, because I guess there are people who legally get guns and then lose their shit.
Yeah.
But before you lose your shit, there's nothing stopping you from getting the gun.
No.
I read something about how the reason why there are laws is for smart people. And it sounded stupid, and how I'm about to word it sounded stupid. He said the reason why you put laws in place is to create some order. They say if you look at how, if there's an open parking space and there was no lines, people would just park where the fuck they want.
It's all fucked up. I've been there.
But if you put them lines in place, all of a sudden, people are parking in that place.
Oh yeah.
When you can make it that simplified, but I believe laws are more of a moral thing. Laws are one of them, like, hey, it's wrong to kill somebody.
Oh yeah,
cause know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because pretty much all laws are like stating the obvious.
Yeah,
like
so you were upset and you chopped him up.
Laws are pretty much rules that people already know, but now they're, with this law being written, there's ways to enforce it legally.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need a law to legally get my son's mother off this earth. I mean, if we got a rocket ship to go to like Mars or something, send her there.
Wasn't the Monstars going there?
She is ugly.
Beat the Monstars.
She is an ugly bitch.
You said you don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this.
He's always pulling the petty out. Pause.
But no. But yeah, I see what y'all was saying.
Yeah, it's I don't, bro. I didn't go to law school.
I didn't.
I wasn't there for that. So, but most of that shit is like common sense. Like, killing people's bad for real. You had to tell me that. like as far as like a sociopath, somebody who's like mentally fucked up. Yeah, you might have to tell them a couple times.
I think
like, you shouldn't stab people. That's not something.
It keeps people more so
in line.
Yeah, like yo, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Now there is people who take advantage, white community, who take advantage of, hey, this is how we can lock somebody up so easily, aka jaywalking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Some of that shit is definitely. There was a lot of fucked up laws.
There are. And there had to be a reason.
Oh yeah, there was. I can't remember the fucking law that
I seen one where you're not allowed to have sex on top of a refrigerator.
North Carolina.
There
was a fucking law. No, there is a law. This law is still active. I can't not remember the name of it, but I know it was fucking because of Barry White.
Shit.
Like Barry White, the singer Barry White?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Was it Barry White? Fuck.
I can only imagine where this is about to go.
Nah, I want to say it was Barry White, but he was fucking so many white bitches.
Damn.
They literally made like a human trafficking law, like if he was to be in a car with a white bitch and cross state lines.
So,
and they locked him up for it.
Even if it's her choice.
Did you just ask that?
Nah, you right.
So is this where you get it from?
Who you think?
You right.
Is this where you get it from? My darling, now.
Really?
Yeah,
I gotta look it up. I'm saying Barry White, but
there's a law down south. If you spend a night in a hotel room, you're married. Somewhere down south. I want to say it's like South Carolina. If you get a hotel with a woman, you're married.
That's fucked up. That is not the way you want to get married, bro.
Facts. That's why I always fuck at the trap house when I was down there.
What?
That's not a hotel.
Bro, this is your friend.
That's a motel.
Motel Holiday Inn. But I was thinking about that too when people was talking about people gonna start looting and shit. I'm like, bro, do you know how far we got to be to the point where people looting or not looting? I'm talking about like stealing out of people's houses and shit. Do you know how difficult it is going to be stealing at somebody's house and you know they hung?
Yeah,
it ain't like
because he definitely hung.
You know what I'm saying?
Chuck Berry.
Oh, all right,
Chuck Berry. Yeah, I don't know. I knew it was a Berry.
Oh, but Chuck Berry's nuts.
Oh yeah, it was Chuck Berry. I gotta find out what the fuck the law was called, but yeah, I'm about to look that shit up. But shit's crazy.
Fucking anger. But
what did you? Damn, I forgot what the fuck you just said. What you just said, like literally not even 2 seconds.
Oh, like people stealing.
My dad put it in perfect perspective. He said the government gave y'all 30 days to stock up, and y'all didn't stock up, and then he gave y'all another 30 days. You know, so you should have that 30 days of supply. Mm-hmm. And just imagine if like you stocked up for the 30 days that they initially told you, and then everybody stayed in the house for the 30 days, the virus would be gone.
I got deja vu.
It's the Mann Act.
The Mann Act.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking show.
No, and it's spelled MANN. Mann Act. It was the law that took a bitch across state lines.
It should be the 3/8 man. Like
you getting locked up.
What the fuck?
Bro.
What the fuck?
Bro.
Yo, anyway, so God damn it. Oh no, but that's another thing I was talking about. Like people saying that people gonna start stealing from people's homes and a bunch of other shit. But you do realize, like, all right, if we get to a point where you got to steal for hunger reasons, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you taking someone's TV for?
Yeah.
Who you gonna do? Sell it to somebody that's in the same position as you?
Yo, what did Peter Pan say?
bro.
You can watch the Food Network.
Bro, if we're getting, I'm pretty sure if we're getting to the point that like the average person is stealing for food, I'm pretty sure power is already out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's officially Mad Max time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, give me a dirt bike and a chainsaw, and it's going the fuck down. Cause mine's just gonna eat. You hear me?
See George Malone like, come on, Gage, get the fuck out.
I'm saying we got shit to do.
Hey, listen, bro. I feel like the way society is, if shit really crumbles to a point that we end up in a lawless society,
Yeah, it's a wrap.
oh my god,
It's a wrap.
it's a reboot. It's a planet reboot.
Welcome
And-
to the Thunderdome.
And listen, I'm gonna try so hard to get my people not to fall for the same tricks.
I was talking about that. We gonna talk about. I ain't gonna talk
Hey.
about that. But hey, listen. So another.
I'm out here to win. You hear me?
One thing. So when we was talking about something needs to change, right? For
Yeah.
after this shit is all over, what's one thing that needs to change permanently? I think these corporations need to start taking their people that work for them serious more. Take these fucking people serious, bro. Let me tell you something. There ain't no excuse why no one in Walmart right now is not making very good money.
Because what I said
Well,
about the essential.
You mean the people working in the stores at Walmart?
Yeah.
They making pretty, because there's people at Walmart making amazing money.
I'm talking about like the lower class.
We gotta say
Yeah.
Walmart,
I
McDonald's.
said lower class. The like the cat, like the baggers, the stockers and all that.
Yeah.
There's no reason why Walmart cannot pay their employees. I don't give a even if it's $15 an hour, it's still way better than fucking 10.
Like I said, once this shit is all over, we know who's essential workers. Everybody going to fucking strike. Now we know that you need us. Because some of y'all went to fucking college for fucking art telepathy. You know you ain't need that shit.
Art telepathy.
Yeah, I know. It's some off the wall shit.
I never even heard of that shit.
I just made that up. That's what I mean. Schools make up all this type of other bullshit. But at the same time, it's like it's not essential. We're seeing who is essential right now.
Oh, these crabs.
So so why is it every essential worker is getting low wage?
Yeah, it's bro, cause that's the fucked up thing. I can't remember exactly when it was, but at a point in history, employees pay reflected the success of the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's before motherfuckers was getting hourly wages.
Mm-hmm.
You got whatever percentage of
The company made.
the company.
Yeah.
Even at the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Your percentage might have been lower, but if that company jumped to 80% profit, your check reflected that. Know what I mean?
Which made people work harder.
Yeah, at some point, I can't remember exactly when. If one of y'all motherfuckers listening though, type that shit in, cause I like knowing shit. So let me know. It split from everybody's income reflecting the success of the business to it split to some people being paid hourly. So regardless of how successful that business got,
They got a flat rate.
Yeah, that hourly rate stayed exactly the same.
Yeah.
Now, in a sense, do you think it's like more of a participation award now? It's like, thank you for being at my company. We're going to pay you this.
Yeah, and I don't know. It seems like every decision in the past and even the present, it's all like it's a form of control in one way, shape, or form. To like even if say working at a McDonald's. It's crazy because you probably seen it. You probably know it. Not just McDonald's, like everywhere. It happens everywhere. There's people who get paid barely any fucking thing. And it goes up slowly but surely. You got to become a supervisor or a lead. Then you got to become a manager or, a foreman or whatever. And it goes up the ladder. You got to climb the ladder, right? and that's your motivation. You climb the ladder, you work hard, you go up, you climb this fucking ladder, and that's how you make more money. That's how you become more successful.
No,
you see it as motherfucker go from fucking on the cashier to being shift manager, and all of a sudden, that's a new motherfucker you talking to.
Facts.
That's a whole new. When you was working as cashier, you was talking all the shit I'm talking. But now you shift manager, I gotta suck it the fuck up and get on that register. You was with us last week. Like, you was on my team, but you got that 40-cent raise.
Now hold on, wait. Now I want to pose y'all both a question. Do you think that there should be a money cap? Like, far as in this world, like
as in rich?
Yeah, like you should.
How much you can make?
Not just like the world. Like we'll say your company. Like for example, once you hit that $1 billion mark, it should trickle down to your employees. Do you think that should be
okay? I get your question, but somewhat, but not a complete cap. You know what I mean? Like once you, I get what you're saying. Once you hit a specific point of profit, how they would enforce it, because the motherfuckers who's making that profit is the ones paying for the fucking president. So I don't know how they gonna make that shit happen, because they run the fucking government. Yeah. But it's a good thought. Once you hit a certain percentage of profit, I get it would be cool for it to be mandatory for a percentage of that profit to be paid out to your employees. So, yeah, I mean, a percentage of that profit. So it's not like, oh, you can't make no more money. Yeah, you could keep making money, but you got to pay these people who's making this money with you. You know what I mean? So it would be like, because at the end of the day, fucking, what the fuck is his face? Dude that fucking owns Amazon. Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Bezos,
yeah. That fucking motherfucker.
I think, could you hand me one of them, bro? I think two of them. I think the thing that we're talking about,
nipples. This nigga.
The thing that we're talking about right now is morals. It ain't even about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But without it being and I get what you're saying. Should it be enforced? That's your question, right? Should it be enforced?
Like government regulation?
Yeah.
Well, see, my thought is, I was just posing a question.
I think corporations just need to pay their taxes.
My God, life would be so much better if these motherfuckers just paid their taxes.
But I also read that,
bro,
certain people shouldn't have certain things.
What you mean?
I can't remember the name of the book. The guy said, you can give somebody who's used to making $1,000 and give them $10,000 and watch how quick they blow through to 10,000. Yeah, because they
got more.
Yeah, I get that thought. I get that thought process. But at the end of the day, it's all, and I get that's like a.
Some people are more destructive when they have.
Yeah, that's like the curse of the lottery. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people that hit the lottery for millions, and now they're garbage men. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with garbage men.
No, but I'm saying you go from a couple $100 million to having to be a garbage man. You know what I mean? Like if you, I would love to be a garbage man. I would have no problem. They make a decent salary.
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, even if you went from having millions of dollars to being, you know what I mean, to not, it's at the point, if you're working because that's just what you want to do, there's a difference to from being a multimillionaire to now you have to work to pay your next bill. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
The big problem is money management. It ain't even got to, because there's a difference between having a fair shot to manage money and not being able to manage money because you're not being paid manageable money.
Yeah. And the thing is, the thing I know is people that don't have money don't know money. So
Facts.
They have no idea what to do with it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? All they know about the money they've had in their life or what they've ever done with their money is spend it.
Think about the $1,200 they just gave us. That's $1,200. That's $1,200 more than what someone probably got after income tax. That's $1,200 of unplanned money that you possibly didn't even know was even coming to you. Yeah, they talked about it, but
Yeah,
who
and
the fuck says that was for sure?
And that's the thing. Some of the people who some people needed that to use it to pay their next bill. So there are people that use it responsibly, but there's a lot of essential workers out there. You know what I mean? Who's still working, but they got that. They got that $1,200. Nothing wrong with that because not a lot of essential workers, not including medical staff, because they tend to get paid a little bit better. But as far as everybody,
like fast food and all that,
yeah, fast food, they might still be working, but
they getting paid pennies.
Yeah, so
and all their bills still count.
Yeah.
Another problem I had with that was I had talked to Cage about it.
And my bad. And the thing about the essential workers, even though they are still working, their hours are cut crazy. And that's a factor. That's a factor a lot of people aren't putting into it, because you go into a place where they consider an essential worker, and there might be 3-4 people in there when there's usually, you know what I mean, 15, 20. Because they can't have a full staff.
They cut one day out of my regular routine of working, bro. That's $400 for me. Yeah, that's $400 that they taking away from me because I'm you know what I mean. They had to cut the hours. Now when the another problem I have is that with the whole unemployment thing, and I ain't I'll never. I mean, I can't judge nobody, or I'm not taking nothing away from it, but there's people out here right now that their monthly salary is only like, maybe say it's only $2,200. That's maybe $1,000 every week, every 2 weeks. Yeah. Now you got these people on unemployment, and the max in PA is, I think it's like close to $600 before taxes. So they're making at least they're making close to $1,000 every 2 weeks. Yeah, that's $1,000 every 2 weeks, and then they get another 1,000 every. That's they on a regular unemployment scheduled pay. They're making what they will usually make working. You're giving these people another $600 a week, and that's $2,400 extra that they're making monthly. Yeah, that is not making sense of why are you giving them all that money. You know what I mean? Because now you're giving them money that they've never made working. Yeah. And they're about to probably possibly get themselves in more debt than they ever were.
Yeah, but you can't take that away from them. And I get what you're saying, but my thought process on that is...
I'm talking about on government side. On the government side. I'm not talking about the people. Yeah, because you can't control that.
Yeah, they're responsible for their own situation.
Yeah, you can't control that.
So you can't really take that away from the people who's going to use it responsibly.
But the government not thinking about how they're spending this money that they're... I don't know where the fuck they getting it from.
Yeah, because we in debt, so...
I don't know where they getting this money from, but what I'm saying, though, is that...
America been in debt since the beginning of time.
Man, America been in debt since I got here, okay?
Because we ain't land on Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock landed on us. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just something that I be thinking about, and I'm going like, man, this is why money's running out so crazy. Now, I also been thinking about a lot of the small businesses that are going to be affected by this, and I think the one thing that we need to change now as people is how we support these small businesses. We got to take that shit more serious than anything else now, because the small business is what gives us back in our communities.
Yeah, but and I understand that thought process about, small businesses keeping the money in the community, all that good shit, but you can't really guarantee that.
What you mean?
The small business keeping the money in the community, because there was a lot of... McDonald's started as a small business. Yeah. And they money ain't in the community.
Well, let me ask you this.
And I get the thought process, like mom and pop shop. they stand. Yeah, I mean, they're doing everything. Yeah, but it's harder to do that than it is now than it was.
This is facts. Well, let me ask you this: when you think of McDonald's, what type of business do you think McDonald's is in?
What do you mean?
Like, what is McDonald's main like? What do you think the kind of business they're in when it comes to making money?
No, we had this conversation before, so I know the answer. But I'm gonna say what everybody else would say.
Fast food.
They sell food.
Yeah, they sell food.
Yeah.
But McDonald's in real estate.
Oh yeah.
Their main goal of McDonald's is always to be in a position to be somewhere where you need them to be.
Yeah.
You don't need them, but you gonna need them where you need them to be.
Now, can I speak on the whole fast food side of it for the fact that I was a chef?
Go ahead.
You cannot blame people for efficiently making something faster and call it fast food because they found a system. Mm-hmm. From me running the kitchen, I learned ways on how to cook a medium steak. I think it was a medium steak was like 5 to 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. I learned to cut that down about 2 to 3 minutes.
How the fuck you do that?
I'm not asking that type of question.
I mean, yeah, but there's tactics. So,
yeah,
is it still like cooked?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well,
did you microwave my shit,
bro? It's a medium steak, so no, it's not cooked.
I mean, shit. Like I forgot the time for well done. I've been out of business that long, but there's a way to do things.
Did you get mad if somebody ordered a well done steak?
Fuck no, we just put a weight on that shit.
No, I'm talking about like as far as. Are you one of those people who's like, that's disrespectful? If you want a well done, order chicken.
Fuck it. Get you.
Do you like how pink do you think steak has to be in the middle for it to be good? Since you were a chef,
mid rare.
I'm sorry, what?
Medium rare or medium?
I'm going to take medium.
If you ever, I want you to like really.
I don't want my food bleeding.
I want you to. Next time you get like a steak from a place,
I don't eat
steak. Well, yeah. Well, I forgot what you eat. Pussy. If you watch how you cut a well done steak,
oh yeah,
it's tougher.
Oh yeah, that's just like
rubber. Yeah, it's leather.
You watch how
that's why I don't eat steak.
You watch how you cut a medium rare medium. That shit, the knife slides right through it.
Oh yeah. It also depends on where you cooked it too, because a grill doesn't really make steak tough. It's compared to like cooking on like a
flat top.
Yeah.
Nah, it's definitely the temperature. It's definitely how it is. I mean, I don't want to eat my daddy's shoe. You know what I mean? That's why people get the well.
That's why I don't eat steak, because I don't know, bro. It's just me personally. You know what I mean?
Seeing blood.
Yeah, it fucks me. That's just not done. I'm not eating that. I feel like that's definitely a culture thing.
That's because facts.
Yeah,
well, that's because we eat a lot of chicken.
Yeah, and if your fucking chicken's bleeding, somebody's catching hands.
You took this. You wasted all this goddamn chicken.
No, yeah. I'll never forget. Emerald Agassi cooked for us. It was like five to 7 people. It was technically 7 because the teacher don't count. That motherfucker made a rear steak. I looked at him like, shit is just like it's bleeding.
Oh yeah.
He said, watch this. Put that shit in a little bit of, it was butter, garlic, shallots, and it was something else, white wine. Nigga put that shit in there, was like, real quick, not even 10 seconds. Pause. Put it in my mouth, was like, you taste the difference from this rear to the well? When I say that shit, pause, it melted. It was like one of like, it was like, yo.
Yeah,
that's why he run red lights now.
I honestly don't doubt it tastes better.
I probably do.
Yeah, I mean, as far as texture, because I'm a texture eater. Like there's shit. That's why I don't eat Jello. I fucking hate the texture. It's not that I don't like the way it tastes. The texture fucking kills me.
It might be in the fear of you passing out.
I don't know, but like there's certain things, like even there's certain shit that I'll eat. Even though it really don't taste like, you know what I mean, all that good. Mm-hmm. But the texture is just fucking, shit's amazing.
Now, since we talking about it, when we get big and like move on, when we start doing tours and shit, you think we can get you into like trying some other shit?
Oh yeah, I'm down to try shit. Like, cause I fucking ate a squid.
Yeah, calamari.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
Oh yeah.
It's.
I think I've eaten snake.
I had snake, gator.
I've eaten crickets.
Yeah, I won't do that again.
They was like sun dried, like fucking. They taste like fucking pretzels. Like
I had roaches. Like no joke, I had roaches. So that's why if I
you was eating smacks.
This man is disrespectful.
Hey, yo,
this man
I used to
is
think
disrespectful.
Smacks was a box of fucking camel toes.
Yeah.
You ever look at the
Wow.
the
Dear
Smacks?
Lord. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of camel toes in your mouth.
First of all, a bunch of camel toes in your mouth.
You gotta stop entertaining this.
You
man.
got to, bro. There's something wrong with him. But I think well, so when it came to the small business shit that we was talking about though, bro,
Apologize. I came back.
The only problem I have with it though is that it's just because these bigger corporations are allowed to stay open.
Oh yeah.
During a time of crisis.
Oh yeah.
But then the person that this is their business, like they're forced to close.
Oh yeah. Facts.
Now they can get a waiver.
That was my thing as far as how
Why y'all got
where
great?
does the responsibility of the government come in as far as like legit shutting shit down?
Yeah.
Like, and I understand that, you know what I mean, if shit goes south and everybody got sick, oh, they're blaming the fucking government. You know what I mean? Who's ever in charge is getting fucking blamed. And I 100% get that. You know what I mean? You got to get ahead of this shit. You know what I mean? If you're in charge, you got to do what you got to do. But, you know what I mean? You're literally taking the responsibility out of the individual's hands and going, you know what I mean? I got this. You don't got to do nothing. I got it. But
that's,
I mean, that's why I feel like a lot of privileged individuals are
don't care
or less capable of dealing with these situations.
Yeah. You talking about like they're not used to being told?
No, they're like more used to. They're used to being coddled in all situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of think there's a lot of people that are used to being dependents.
Like I said, bro. I said,
I probably missed it, but
if the government would have did the right thing at the right time and literally made sure no one had to pay a fucking thing, everybody would have stayed. Everybody would have stayed the fuck home.
oh yeah,
everybody would have stayed the fuck home. Listen, I seen somebody's post. The dude's post said, what did he say? He said, something about people. He said America has a work issue, and this crisis is proving it. I said that's a goddamn lie. I said if niggas didn't have bills to fucking pay, we'd gladly stay at home. I'd have gladly kept my black ass at home.
I don't believe in morals, but I'm going to use the word for the sake of this. We're going to say it's not an argument, but this debate. People, if I know the world's fucked up and I work for that light company, I'm not cutting nobody's shit off.
Thank you. I apologize. I done yelled in the mic.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck if somebody say, hey, you're not going to have a job next week. Nigga, nobody might have a job next week. So even if you get fired, who's going to shut your light? The next person going to shut your lights off?
Yeah.
But I mean, there is all.
And that's what I was saying. I get that because.
But then that's when every single person there that need to be like,
you already
bruh.
know. Oh yeah, it's a sense of camaraderie, but that doesn't exist. Yeah, I mean, because in every strike, there's always been scabs.
Facts.
So yeah, I mean, people are less likely to risk their comfortability.
There's a movie called Replacement
for a stranger.
Or listen to this.
Yeah.
So.
Oh shit, I'm listening.
So. I'm with the laborers.
Oh, you is?
Now,
that's what you
when
do?
I first started, where everybody made the same rate.
Mm-hmm.
So along the lines, the work kind of had to change. So now they split us up into direct and indirect. Now you got the same people within the union, the same brethren, the same labor brothers and sisters that do the same job but make 2 different rates. Now, in reality, everybody that was a labor should have left. Mm-hmm. Everybody in that labor should have been like, no, we're not, no, that's not fair to our brothers, and we're not taking that. But like I told them, I said, if it didn't affect your money, you're not gonna care.
Facts.
If you're not the one getting the pay cut,
oh yeah,
you're kind of like on those fence, like, I don't want to leave because I'm happy where I'm at.
And you know the fucked up thing is the only thing that kind of creates that kind of camaraderie is fucking hate. Mm-hmm. Hate is the only thing that can get people to come together like that.
Yeah.
Hate and fucking fear. That shit gets people to come the fuck together.
Damn straight love.
I wanna say it was the was it a Dodge factory, a Ford factory. It was a car factory. You know, years ago, I want to say in the 60s, they hired their first black employee. Every single person in that factory walked out.
Jesus Christ.
Every single person.
Because they hired one black person.
They hired their first black employee.
Fuck.
Guess.
I remember this.
Yeah, guess who was no longer employed? Was it everybody that walked out?
It was a black person.
It was that black guy.
I forgot.
That's fucked up.
I can't. You know what I'm talking about.
I think it was. I want to say it was Dodge because it's Mopar, and because there's not a lot of black people who work on cars that don't like Mopar. Mm-hmm. Mopar is Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler.
Yeah.
Which I don't. That's why I hate black people who ride around Chryslers. I want to say it was Mopar. I want to say it was. I remember the story.
I like Chryslers. I didn't know the story beforehand, but
I want to say it was Mopar, but what you're saying is 100% fact.
Yeah, and there's shit like that happened everywhere. You know what I mean? And you gotta think, no matter who you are, no matter what you believe, you can find somebody that believes what the fuck you believe. And if Hitler can convince millions of people, it's okay to kill millions of Jews. You know what I mean? If there's stories of genocide on every fucking continent, on hundreds of different types of people. Yeah, you know I mean,
I want to say Hitler was the greatest man on this planet.
Shut that shit up.
Just listen.
Mm-mm.
Listen.
You better clarify this shit.
That's what I'm about to do. He told a whole continent, in order to be pure, you have to be blue eyes and white hair, right?
Blue eyes, blonde hair, yeah.
He was a man with brown hair and shit brown eyes.
Yeah, this is true.
The greatest man on the planet, and convinced a whole continent to do something that he is not fond of.
But Germany wasn't a continent.
No. It was about to be a continent. He was creating a wave of, we're taking this shit over. He was slow. I mean, when I say greatest, I'm not trying to praise a nigga. But what I'm saying is, behind his movement,
it's gonna sound just like you praising him.
Somebody gonna chop this shit up.
Oh no, I'm gonna say this I'll say this shit on the mic, and I'll say this in one of their faces. Fuck them Jews. Fuck that, because I do research.
You lost me, brother.
Every 10 years that the death toll of the Jewish Holocaust, it came down. Mm-hmm. They was making it more severe than what it was. Now, and I say that. I want to say that for the fact that Jews got reparations, but blacks didn't get it. But when blacks talk about reparations, Jews want to oppose what the fuck we got going on. We was in the same. We was actually worse than what the fuck y'all had an option.
Bro, I'm not going to compare suffering with Jews. the Jewish community.
I don't mean
bro,
it like in a. What I'm saying is,
I get what you're saying, but I wasn't there, so.
Yeah, if I was there, I'd have been gone the first 5 minutes.
Listen, I wasn't there, and my thing is, I don't like when people get so stuck on the past they can't see the fucking future. They get so stuck on how fucked up shit was. They can't recognize how much better it is now and how much better it could be in the future.
But that's why people hate Kanye. That's why people hate the one. I can't remember the black girl's name. Everybody is. I'm tired of hearing the shit about our ancestors getting our fucking ass whooped. What are we doing to move further?
Oh yeah, and it's not like we're stagnant. It's just motherfuckers they talk about the pain more than they talk about the success. It seems like it's overshadowing.
Candace Owen.
Sorry. It seems like it's overshadowing everything that has been accomplished and will be accomplished by. And it's smart to, you know what I mean, because they always say, if you forget, if you forget your past, you're bound to repeat it. So I'm not saying like forget the shit that happened and not be aware of the past. It's very smart to be aware of what had happened, how it happened. Mm-hmm. So that's how you avoid the shit happening again. Mm-hmm. But to dwell on it is a whole nother thing. I don't like when people dwell on it. Like, I'm not saying let it the fuck go. I'm saying use it to do better.
The issue I have with slave movies, and I even hate having this conversation because there's just no truth behind it. Like, tell the truth of what really fucking happened. Like, show the shit.
Even the Harriet Tubman shit.
Because my thing is, what do you get out of sugarcoating historical violence? What do you get out of that? You don't get because you don't want to get a rise out of a certain race of people for their ancestors being treated a certain way. The main reason for history is the reason why history is meant to be documented and fucking reported is so people don't do the same fucking shit again.
Oh, yeah. I want you to think about something. Every Jewish movie, they was getting cooked, they was getting their ass whooped. It was so gruesome. If you look at every black slavery movie, it was sugarcoated.
It is because they don't want black people to be mad. You know what? They
don't want black people out here looking for revenge.
This is true.
That's what they don't want.
Turner.
And this is why I have a problem.
They don't want a whole bunch of Malcolm X's walking around these streets.
And this is why I get
by any means necessary.
I get so upset that people feel like if we're talking about these issues, you're gonna make me mad. If we're talking about it, as long as you're not being a douchebag about it, why would I be upset?
That's my thing. If your intention is to piss me off, then we can just fight. We don't have to have this on conversation.
We don't.
Like, if that's your intention to be an asshole and piss me off, well, just let me know up front. We can box it out and we can move on from there.
That's what I'm saying.
And my thing is, and I get everything, but my thing is certain situations, like even slavery and all the fucked up shit that happened, as far as even like in all communities. Yeah. Like, take the Jewish community. A lot of fucked up shit happened. They dealt with a lot of fucked up shit, but they don't depend on entertainment for as education.
No. But they run the entertainment world.
But
Chinese do.
Who?
Chinese do.
No, the Jews.
My thing is, they don't.
The Jews
Bro,
run Hollywood.
We're not gonna have this argument.
You want to put a wager on this?
They don't depend.
Chinese run Viacom.
They don't depend on.
What does that have to do with the Jews?
They run media.
And the Jews own everything.
No, they don't.
The Jews is the reason.
I wasn't at none of these meetings.
Listen,
so
hold on.
I don't know who running shit, and I know it ain't me.
When we talk about hip hop artists signing the labels, who do they sign to?
They
sign the Jews. They sign to the Jewish.
But the Chinese control the media.
The Chinese control their media.
No, they control our media.
No. If Chinese controlled our media, Americans will look bad to Americans.
Pull that back up and do research on Viacom.
All right, I feel like I don't think they control our media. I know they profit off our media.
Because
I don't think they really give a fuck about what's going on as long as they get their check.
This is true.
They do, but you gotta remember last show when pork strapping where Maurice came on. Mm-hmm. He said they looking at us like dumbasses.
Maurice said that they stopped reporting their news to us over here.
Yes, but they still watch it over there.
Their news for them? Yeah.
They control the media.
Anyway, this is a dumb conversation. Y'all made me forget what the fuck I was saying. But that was pointless. That whole transaction was fucking pointless. I don't understand what was the goal. What were y'all aiming for during that?
That's just enlightenment. Everybody research Viacom.
Go ahead, research that shit and get in the comments. Who controls what? Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. So I'll pick it up. I think the reason why the black community has an issue of progressing is because
I got my train of thought back.
Because when you start, it's already a negative connotation, aka being called black. But
and my thing, like I was saying, it's like most things we know about. Well, most things for a majority of society knows about black history comes from what they teach you in school, which is the bare fucking minimum, and what you see on television or in movies. But there's not too many. About to punch this one. There's not too many black people out here teaching their children what they want them to know. There's
facts.
There's not too many taking it. Even black communities, even cause the Jewish community, their church teaches them everything about Jewish history. Mm-hmm. Our churches teach us about white Jesus.
Our churches teach us how to be good people.
How to be good.
Theoretically. Now
they teach us how to be good niggas.
So the problem when you
forgive thine abuser.
Yeah.
Turn the other cheek.
The biggest issue.
Thou shalt not.
The biggest issue is that if we are going to do better, the one thing that we have to do is stop giving a fuck about anyone else's opinion about who we are. If you want to grow a farm, bro.
Yeah, grow that farm.
Why do I need to give a fuck about what someone that may be outside of our race has to say about you growing a farm? Because
and it's not even. I get what.
Because I'm going off what he said. He said it's negative. It's negative. It's a negative outlook on us. To be honest with you, yeah, it's a negative outlook because when they put that on us, but we gotta not give a fuck about how they see us. Because if we're gonna make a movement on our own, we gotta stop caring what the outside world has to say about us.
That goes. We can jump into the story after, but what I'm mainly saying is, if you look at remember how we talked about the whole McDonald's last episode of
we was
So I Said So, right? About the colors. If you look up what black means, it means negative, it means fair, it means pride. I forgot the whole list of it.
Yeah. There's
mysterious.
Yeah, and that's a lot of that shit, a lot of that connotation is shifting. Even back then, black was seen as a color of power. It was a powerful color.
But what do white people always want?
Fuck them.
No. This is gonna go into the conversation after.
Yeah, let that man think.
Let
that man have his thought.
What do you think all white people want?
To be black.
Free.
No,
I'm sorry. What?
They want power.
They want BBC.
Power.
So they labeled us something with power.
Did he just say all white people want power?
What? Power.
He just said all white people want power.
They all secretly, to be honest, they all secretly do.
Well, everybody wants power.
I don't.
All white people.
Not lights.
No, I'm talking. Everybody wants to be. Wants a sense. Don't give me your bullshit.
I have.
You come in your house. Talk, hey, woman. That's power.
Nah.
Fuck what you talking about. When you talk to your child, you are powerful.
Fuck no.
Okay. This nigga.
Say no, look.
But he about to bake that cake though.
Hey, I'm baking that shit out. Love and daddy.
I understand that, but I'm not saying I'm not saying power is in like overwhelming or like
we're putting a negative on the word power.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want the
I guess more of them Hershey kids they ain't eating them shits.
No,
if you would have said grab me some more of them, I'd have grabbed them. But since you said Hershey Kisses, I will not be handing those to you.
Man, you please hand me a piece of the candy, sir. Trick or treat.
No, my thing about oh shit. My thing about it is like you take the negative and you add the positive. It creates a narrative.
Talking about the word nigga?
No. So the fear, the negative is fear, right?
The word nigga.
But
The word nigga is another language.
Yeah, I don't, bro. That's some extra shit right there.
But you take you take fear, which is the negative aspect, and then you take power, which is the positive.
Yeah,
you create that negative, which everything needs a negative and positive.
Yeah, get scientific on their ass.
You gotta look. White people are always in fear, so they have that negative, and they always want that power, which is your positive.
Oh shit. Oh shit!
Don't throw me
electrons and neutrons in this bitch.
it's brain blast.
We talking.
It's a scientific order.
Oh, hey, and my thing is on both what both of y'all are saying is like, it's true. It's because I feel like we put a lot of shit on black people, even though, and I feel like we're harder on black people because we are black, and you're harder on the people you give a fuck about.
You're harder on your loved ones than you are any other thing.
Yeah, and that's natural, because I tell myself all the time it would be so much easier if I was a fuckboy. Nobody would care about what I did. Nobody would have expectations on me taking care of my kids and shit. No one would expect anything from me. But since I've proven to be worth something, motherfuckers expect me to be something. Mm-hmm. So it's like, motherfucker, because you always see the son who's always there. Yeah, I mean, the mother kind of treats like shit. Mm-hmm. But the favorite son is the one that's never fucking there, and she gotta fucking chase after and reach after her. And you don't help with shit, but the motherfucker that helped you move in your house, you mad because the nigga was late. What about the nigga that ain't coming?
I think one of the biggest issues that we have, or a lot of like black people have, is that
black people
sometimes
we love black people. Oh,
yeah, bitches.
Black people. Yeah.
Sometimes the treatment of our kind is a reflection of who we love in our relationships.
Yeah.
And I say that in the sense of you got a lot of moms out here that treat their two sons differently. The older son is by a dad that left them hanging. Yeah. And the younger son's dad left them hanging, but he's still fucking. That's something that I think as people we got to remove that. Because I know with my son personally, my older son, I would never reflect who his mom is on me and his relationship. Yeah. How I treat him does not reflect on what me and her may go back and forth about, or what we disagree on or agree on. That has nothing to do with that little boy.
Shit.
What?
You have to let these kids know how the parent is treating, how the other end is.
Oh, no. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about my self-control. It's like in my control of how I treat my son, it doesn't reflect on from me to him. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, you talking about like if you and his mom get into an argument, he come over and you just slap him across the shit.
Yeah, because he look like his mom type shit. So I'm talking about in my power.
He always on punishment for breathing too much.
Yeah, because he sound like he huffing and puffing like his mom did.
Because I think that's shit. Oh, no comment. But I think that's why most of the generations is fucked up now, because they're getting one-sided. Hey, my mom's the greatest thing here, but meanwhile your dad's behind the scene. 1, paying child support. 2, making sure you got them Jordans. 3, making sure you got the clothes. 4, making sure you made it to college. But most of these people don't want to say like, "Yo, my dad paid for my college."
Oh, these are facts.
For prime example was when we was on.
Should you be praised as a parent for doing parent things?
Fuck no. Hell no. No.
So
No,
why you
that's
care?
not
Why
true.
you care?
No.
the
But
fuck
when
up.
I'm only going off.
I know what you're doing, bro.
No.
We're not doing this right now.
I'm gonna go into like. Remember how we was on Teron's show and he was just like, he was like, yeah, we need to praise.
You can't speak for him.
You can't talk for that man.
My thing is,
You don't know what he gonna say.
when I brought up the Steph Curry,
I'm
on
having
how,
deja vu for real.
on how nobody talks about Steph Curry's dad being there and how what is his name? Kyrie Irving's dad was there. It never gets that light.
Kobe's dad.
Kobe's dad was there.
LeBron's dad. Oh no.
No, fuck no. That nigga was a ghost
Bron's
for real.
daddy was
Oh
not
no. LeBron was playing with his dad, wasn't he?
The air?
No, talking about the dude that was dating his mom while they was on teams.
This nigga's disrespectful.
Deontay West?
This man is disrespectful. Anyway, back on subject.
But I think if the narrative is switched of
LeBron, I'm
showing
only
these-
joking. I know that's. I apologize, my brother.
if we showing these kids more so both ends of the story, then maybe you can be like, all right, when I grow up, I'm not gonna be so much of a fuck boy.
You
Because
talking
you only know
about? You
one
talking about
side.
explaining to your kid what you do for them?
No, just be like, yo, your mom's a bitch.
Well,
Because one that protects
Well,
him.
at least we know he practiced what he preached.
But to be honest, it's showing like in my kid now he's more so watching his mom.
the
He's like,
only
yo, I don't wanna
issue,
be
the
around
only issue that can come from that is that the kid can start treating their other parent a certain way.
and I get what you're saying, but it's more.
Because then you can create that system where the little white kid be like, "Fuck you, mom, fuck you." That's because the dad allows that. That's because the dad teaches that's how you speak to the person, another person in his house.
But at the same time, you have to.
Shut the fuck up, Rebecca.
I'm gonna shoot this house.
I'm
up.
telling you right now. If your say your son's mom was talking crazy about you, for telling your son all types of shit about you, and your son approached you talking about, Dad, you a real piece of shit for not getting me them Legos. Guess where his head probably gonna end up? In between the sink and the cupboard.
Nope, I don't do that. I talk. I show.
With every swing, you little motherfucker.
But no, like dead ass. I showed him my check before. I said, "This is child support." Like I'm not trying to be funny right now. It's like I said, "This is child support. You get this $350 now."
He don't get that.
No. Well, now you do. And I said, when you come to, because he started this bullshit of, well, we don't do this and we don't do that, and I started like, come here, look, I'm working right now. He's like, because one day he was like, you're always on your laptop. I said, all right, flipped it open. I was like, look, I'm on a GM website because I have to take training. So he started catching that. So he said something, and I was just like, this is child support. You ain't got these Jordans, but I'm paying your mom. Go to your mom about this. Now, not even 2 weeks later, he comes over with Jordans. Now, it wasn't me being an asshole, but when he went to her, it's like, well, Mom, my dad showed me the child support check. I know I got money somewhere.
See, you dealing with a different parent, because
all he would have got was like, "Oh, didn't you eat today?
facts. Mom,
Didn't you?" He said, "Ain't your lights on? You know what? Turn everything
Man.
off. You better not wash your ass. Take them drawers off out by you."
bro, I remember giving my mom birthday money for her to hold.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Keep that safe for me.
Keep that. Can you save this for me, Mom?
Yeah.
But I think it's
Where'd
different.
that go?
I think it's different for our boys.
I am a boy.
I'm
a boy, Damon.
Because, like I said, when he approached her on it, then that's when she texted me. Well, why would you say that? I was like, well, I'm not lying to him. Once you keep that,
I mean, I see your point, but
Yeah, I
but
get
you know
what
what?
you're
You
saying
know
with
what?
it, but
I guess it depends on your child.
no, because he's also not going to come back to me years later talking about
You didn't do anything for me.
I'm showing you my checks. What are you going to do? That's why I tell everybody, if you're paying child support, whatever happens between you and that mother and that kid, just wait till that 18 years is up, take him down the courtroom and go, 18 years. Blame all that on your mother. What can that child say? Oh, well, you wasn't there? Well, there's 18 years of me having to work overtime. This is 18 years of me doing such and such.
Oh, I get it.
As a child,
I definitely get it.
But it's also forcing these kids to be, again, not one-sided on a situation. Because if all they know is, well, my mom talks down on my dad, then how do you think they're going to grow up?
What if a kid doesn't care about money?
Well, you should be teaching your kid to care about money.
No, I'm talking as far as you as a parent.
What do you mean?
They preferred you to be there physically.
That doesn't equate. Because some things you need to play in the backseat.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, as far as that conversation, how would you handle that conversation?
What, to be more physical?
To be there.
Physical involved. Damn.
To be there, yeah, to be in person more often.
Yeah.
I pay child support.
Yeah, I know your explanation. I'm saying for our listeners, since you broke down how you would deal with a situation as far as that.
Like Jordans and material.
If they were asking, like, why can't we spend more time together? I know how I would have. You know what I mean? As far as it would be along those same lines. Like, well, yeah, I mean, in order for this check to clear, yeah, I mean, you gotta talk to your moms about lowering this child support, and I would definitely be there more often. But then you gotta show up. If those extra steps get taken, and that child support get lowered, and you don't need to be working all those hours anymore, and you have that option to cut your hours, you gotta do it. You gotta take those steps, and you gotta show up.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
and men now don't have that option. Yeah, I think if you just have an 80-hour job, we just gonna use regular McDonald's people. No disrespect to them.
Why do we keep going to McDonald's?
Because sadly they're lower of the income.
Most of them don't even get 80 hours.
This is true.
This is where I'm going about it.
Unless you got that 40-cent raise when you became site crew supervisor, and now you better than them burger flipping niggas.
Look at Calvin, got himself moved up to the fries shaker. But it's once you show where your money is going, a kid cannot say. All kids are adults, but they're just not mentally there.
Yeah, they're just adults with less information.
They're little people.
They're people with less information. They just don't know. Like, they just simply don't know. They have a lack of data that they can use to deal with situations. And it's your job to give them that information. even when you're not the teacher. Oh, before we cut out of that, we wanted to hit on that subject a little bit. You know what I mean? How people feeling about being about homeschooling. Because the shit, that homeschooling, like, even helping my kids with their homework was kind of difficult. Because that's simply not my forte. I've gotten better at it over time. You just got to keep fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to walk away from that table like, hey, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to be back.
This nigga got holes all up in the wall.
And that's important. Like, if you're really dealing with some stress when you're trying to help your children, you yelling is not helping.
Not at all.
Sometimes you got to take a break. You got to walk away. And sometimes you got to think about how you're coming at this problem.
The one thing that Britt did when it came to the kids, she literally created a school schedule. She created a gym class, lunch, certain class period of doing that, the academics. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. So,
and I feel like that's definitely important for people who have structure like that. Me personally, when we get up, we get up.
I understand.
When we do this shit, we do this shit.
But see,
and then we gonna get it done. But at 8:00, if I got 3 more yawns in me, guess what?
That's why
that is the benefit of homeschool.
That's why I get pissed off about people who say that prison is a school or school is a prison.
Who the fuck said that?
No, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, Jaden Smith.
Yeah. He wasn't saying school was a prison. He was just saying school were teaching people to be obedient. The premise of school is to teach you to be obedient. Yeah, I mean, you follow and schools are built like prisons.
Said a kid that went to.
But like
All
you
right.
said, but his thing was schools are built like prisons. The contractors are the same.
Yeah.
They're built like prisons, except for you get a lot more light in those windows. But but the concept, the way they build the cells, the cells are built. The way they build the cells, the way they build the rooms are similar to the way they build cells.
You know,
they're similar to the bell that you hear to go to lunch. They're similar to you're told what to do by the sound of this bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's the same thing. In prison and school are structured like employment. Yeah, I mean, you have a time that you're allowed to go eat. You got to be there at this time. You got to do.
Says a kid that's fucking free. But whatever.
He got time to think.
Yeah.
He ain't got to go to work. He got time to think about. Yeah,
you know,
he go to work when he wants to. He got time to think about it. That's why his less privileged friends be talking to him. He'd be like, "You had to do what? This isn't right.
That is preposterous."
Said you what? You eat at 11:30 every day?
What if you don't feel like it? This situation shined a light on how some people's kids act in school.
Oh yeah.
How some kids even learn.
Oh yeah.
One thing is for sure is that two things for kids. A couple things for kids.
Couple of them things.
Some kids go to school and their school is their safe haven from home.
Oh yeah.
Or you got the kids that their safe haven is at home, and that's why they do better work at home than they did in school.
Oh yeah, and I feel like people should definitely take it. I know the shit's not easy, but it can be taken advantage of. This situation can be taken advantage of because now your child definitely will get personal attention on things they're struggling with.
Teach your kid how you think their teacher was supposed to be teaching them.
Yeah, now they will get the personal attention.
Yes.
that they actually might need.
But this goes to the argument that it's more on the parent than not the teacher.
I said that.
No, my thing,
nigga, I said that.
That's what he was saying.
That's literally what I was saying.
Shamar was saying no, it's the teacher's job.
I was saying
no, wait. What did he say? The teacher's job about what?
That it's the teacher's job to. No, I'm not going to.
No.
Bro, just watch the episode. We don't got time to go through this again.
He's an asshole.
But yeah.
How much time we got?
We got 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Under. Anyway, we're not doing this.
Yeah, we ain't. Listen, we're going to save that for the show.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because we're going to bring this shit up. We're going to talk about this.
I understand.
God damn.
That's
the
pizza.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
This is like a squirrel.
I apologize.
But
all right.
Anywho,
let's take you 2 minutes. Remember what we asked? Was one thing that this quarantine is changing about the way we were? What's one thing that you think will change it permanently?
One, I think people, if it hasn't changed you yet, I feel like people should definitely be more worried about themselves. Like now with social distancing, there's less. Well, there's still social media and people still going live, but I've noticed you would think there would be more people posting statuses and shit constantly, but it's not. It's not as bad as you would assume. You would assume like you wouldn't be able to go through your timeline and you wouldn't be able to find another status that you seen earlier because it's flooded. But that's not the case because people are home minding their business and they're actually working on themselves. They're doing things that they wanted to do for so long.
Or
I know where he's going. No, he got 2 minutes.
Hold on. Oh yeah, my bad.
They're working on themselves and they're working on things that they wanted to do for so long. They wanted to do this. They didn't. One, they might not have the time to do it, and two, they might have been too concerned about everybody else's opinion to step out on that ledge.
Facts.
But now everybody's a DJ.
Did you see Amazon ran out of podcast mics?
Bro, you cannot buy a webcam anywhere.
I know. I know.
Anywhere. Bro, I went to Staples, bro.
What?
Don't nobody go to Staples.
Bro, and they had no webcams.
Wow.
You cannot buy a webcam anywhere. Bro, you know there's a problem when Amazon got a low stock.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Except for on the expensive ones.
That's because nobody want that shit.
Cage. 2 minutes, brother.
Pause.
What?
Get yours two in. Get yours two in, son.
I just think this right now, I look more so to my culture. We should be restructuring. We should be more so looking at this as in like our grandparents their health has really been fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
How can we? I mean, with the information out there, how can we restructure this? Like we have somebody, OJ Macklin. He always goes live. He teaches everybody fitness.
Facts.
But he doesn't get that many views for the fact that because every stupid...
Except for when he thirst trapping. I apologize, OJ.
But there's every stupid person. I even made a video about it. Motherfuckers will spend 45 minutes to an hour to go out of state to buy alcohol, but they can't spend, and I'm rewording it, but they can't spend 45 minutes to an hour into a gym. Now, we got our older generation dying from this pandemic because of high blood pressure. Everything we know about black people, or excuse me, of people of our culture who knowledge we know about, our blood pressure is so high, or we have bad.
That's including you, Hannah. You're part of our culture.
I mean, she takes the D. So,
his 2 minutes is up. Go ahead, bro.
But the end. We need to be focused more on our health as opposed to the alcohol that we have. We got
Facts.
30 days to revamp ourselves mentally. They say
Facts.
in order to revamp yourself, it needs about 30 days to create a process.
Said we done went this whole episode without no air horn, so we're gonna give an air horn for the motherfucking health. Stay healthy out this bitch, people. Stay healthy, people. Get your shit right. Go ahead, brother.
I think my biggest thing that I take away from this literally is saving money.
Yeah.
That is the biggest factor that affected people because it wasn't like,
bro, everybody's living check to check.
Yeah, it wasn't like this was like a wind up. It wasn't like they told us, oh, December 31st we're going to be shutting down for 2 months.
It's like, hey, yo, people, shit's fucked up.
Yeah, they told us in the middle of a week talking about
Let me get to my theory real quick after last minute.
Hey, don't go outside no more.
Last minute, my theory, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show that even if you gotta save $1 a day, that's $30 a month. Some months.
And not February.
but we have to take certain things more serious. And I ain't even talking about investing and all that because there's certain things that I don't believe people shouldn't be investing right now. But you need to create some type of money that if your job ended today, you can still at least manage for at least a month, maybe even 2 months. Because at the end of the day, they said the end goal was supposed to have 6 months worth of savings up for 6 months of you being able to stay home, figure a job out, take a break, mental break, and getting everything you need done, and you'll be okay. Like we ain't talking about like you gonna be on some old.
It's especially fucked up.
Kendrick Lamar, all right.
Yeah, and it's especially fucked up for people who did have that cushion, but then right before the pandemic, they end up using a cushion.
Yo, on a car.
No, not for that. Like people who, you know what I mean, because before this, there was a downswing.
Oh, that is right, yeah.
So there was people unemployed before this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they had that cushion. And they just got a job.
Yeah.
And now they don't.
That's not funny.
Because they can't go to work because their job is not considered essential.
And also, what were you saying? Damn, what were you saying? And I had to go ahead and shut up.
I don't know. Hey, but
yeah, I fucked up.
Anybody still interested in this conversation? We gonna chop it up about this on Porch Trapping.
Porch Trapping, episode
wait.
71.
I'm gonna say from the last couple seconds.
Go ahead.
There was an episode of motherfucking Shark Tank. These motherfuckers had plastic strips to filter the air that goes through your nose, and this was years ago. I said, "This is the dumbest shit ever." What's happening right now?
Oh yeah, only if, right? Only if. Hey, thank you for listening to Cuz I Said So. And if you're wondering why you was just listening to Cuz I Said So, it's pretty much Cuz I Said So. If you're still interested in listening to this subject, we want to chop it up on our other podcast, Porch Trap. And they said we do go live on Facebook Saturdays at 7:30.
7:30.
So, thank you for listening.
On the dot.
I have been your boy, Mister.
I ain't got a drop top, but we cruising the streets.
I guess that's Willius. Fuck that nigga. And
It's your boy Cager. We just gonna call myself Cager from now on.
Fuck it, let's go with it. Thank you.